Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 11 of the RSF1 season. I am Primus Gaming, and joined with me again is my good friend Bodo.
Hey Primus, thanks for having me. I'm back here in my virtual commentating box. Happy to be here in Germany. How are you?
I'm doing very, very good, mate. I'm actually really happy to see that we both have made it over the halfway point for the season.
Yeah, that was a quick halfway point, man, wasn't it? Jeez.
I can't believe how quick, it only feels like maybe a few weeks ago that I began commentating with you in Australia and all that, just beginning. It's just weird to see how much time has just gone.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Like we've had so many winners. Like I was only talking about this to someone in the league. I'm not going to mention names, but I said some during the week. I says F2 is fantastic to watch and commentate on because you can pick your top three or top five, but out of them, you do not know who's going to win week to week, which is fantastic to see. This is league racing. That's what it's all about.
Exactly, and PMT Briz has already left the session. That's a bit quick there, but yeah, so we are in Germany. We're in the Hockenheimring. Unfortunately, well, it depends on how we are if we do a second season on F1 2019. But currently, at the moment, as it stands, this could be the first and only German Grand Prix in RSF1. So any drivers that are rocking the German nationality, they are from Germany, such as BBB4 or Vettel fan, they're the sort of people that are going to give it their all because, it's their home race. You're going to want to give it everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like to me, Hockenheim is such a great classic traditional track. I'm not overly gone on the new track designs like Baku, Kota, the new Vietnam track. I much prefer the old classic tracks. They bring uniqueness to F1 and to race in general, which I like to see. But it's a shame to see Hockenheim go. Like as you said, we have BV Tor, very good friend of mine. We have Vettel fan. We've Porter. We've actually quite a few German racers in the league. So it's a shame for them because if I was in their shoes, it's a shame to see your own national track kind of give way to another track.
It really does bum me out as well because, say if, my favourite track, my home Grand Prix was on there, Silverstone obviously for me, but say if, Silverstone got took off the calendar, I'd be bummed because, it's my home track. And these drivers are only going to get one up. Oh, Brundle's retired from the session already.
Let me check that.
I think Brundle had a crash.
Race director. No, he did not.
Oh, he retired under his own power. Oh, Shane with a 1:12.8. That's a good lap from Shane there.
In the race director on instance, there is no terminal damage for Brundle.
Ooh. Okay, so
he's going back to the grid for that one.
So going down the Parabolica, we've got one of our new drivers, a Mex. We'll call him Tarap. So Tarap is a McLaren
he's going to get a nickname by the end of the season, Primus. You know it's coming.
I know it. Everyone knows if you're new or you're unnicknamed in the league, you are not safe from the nicknaming king. We have F1 Expector.
Oh. It might not happen this season, it might not happen next season, but you will get one day. You will get one, and you'll love it so much that the man with the cash will change his gamer tag just like he has the driver previously known as Josh with the Dash.
So we've lost Brundle and Junior, and we've not even really gotten properly into Q1 yet.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with those guys. Setup change maybe or something like that, or just didn't feel confident or something like that. Oh wait, sure, it's 15. Yes. Oh, everyone's going through. Look at it. There's only 15 drivers.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, there's only 15 drivers, so of course everyone's getting through.
Not everyone really sees the point in going out. Which,
well,
I've had that in F4 races.
It's a double-edged sword. It's the way I see it. Last season, I would go out, even if there was only like 10 cars, I would still go out. I'd burn out one set of tires, completely burn them out, just doing lap after lap after lap, and it literally was practice because my work, usually when I come home, I don't get time to do time trials, get me kind of built up to speed for the race, so I'd kind of use Q1 as that time. Some other guys, they've already done their practice, so they want to save that set of tires possibly later on qualifying or for the race. So I completely understand why they would be retiring early enough.
Well, it's good. I like to use these qualifying sessions. Sometimes people will do a quick lap, just be like, oh, yeah, just want to put one up there and then, retire.
Yeah.
It's no harm in trying because, first of all, even if you don't go out, you're not going to be knocked out, but, you've got a perfectly nice set of tyres that you got slapped onto the car. You're a racing driver. When do you not want to go for the top spot?
You got to go and do it. You got to go and do it. Exactly. Tom was after putting there into the chat saying, good evening, lads. Good evening to yourself, Tom. Hail to the king, baby. Hail to the king. I don't know if anyone else gets that. Do you get a Primus? Do you get a reference?
Hail to the king, baby. Sevenfold?
No, hail to the king, baby.
I'm afraid not.
Duke Nukem. Now I feel old.
Oh, I didn't play Duke Nukem.
Oh, okay. Hail to the king,
sorry,
baby.
but I didn't mean to burst the bubble there.
That's alright.
When I hear people say like "Hail to the King," I always think of the song by Avenged Sevenfold. I'm like, hell of a good song.
You mean that emo band, is it?
Yeah, they did good music. I see what you did there, but the thing is, the music they make, they can be a bit dark, but I don't mind.
They weren't for my age group. They did one good song, I think was it something. Is it
Shepherd Fire?
Drowning in Tears, something like that. Crying.
I think I know what you mean.
It's one of the earlier albums.
It'll come back to me. I know what you're talking about.
I have it there somewhere. I don't listen to them that much. Go on.
Currently, we're already nearly 10 minutes left of the session. We've got quite a few people setting laps out, but Jake Moore is the fastest car of the session so far, the 1:12.1. So some good laps there by the F2 drivers. So we've got DP Roberts, who is now making his way through Mercedes. There you go, now through turn 9s through 10.
You were just talking there
DP
about...
Roberts.
You were just talking there about Jake Moore. Jake Moore, he was actually talking earlier on, right? And Jake Moore says he's actually quite surprised himself because he's found pace at this track where he just wasn't expecting it, which is interesting to hear. Usually you think of a track that you think, I'm quite good at this track, or poor at this track. You don't suddenly go into practice during the week and then suddenly come out with it. Geez, I'm actually faster than I thought, which is good now because he's able to, kind of get up there and get higher than he usually is. And I've said this before, Jake Moore, he's one of the guys that's literally knocking at the door. All that guy needs is a bit of luck, and he could be getting up and breaking into the top three. Never know, could be upsetting the championship.
Speaking of someone knocking at the door, there's your famous slogan for the man with the cash. He chucks in his car with a 1:11.8. A really fast lap. I was playing with Vettel fan earlier, was doing some practice, and Vettel actually did a 1:11.3, and so man with the cash is actually nearly gaining onto F1 pace there. And
this is only Q1
the best
as well,
part is the best part is the man with the cash. We don't know if he could push on harder. That could be the hardest he can push, but he's just come out in there and he said, I'm the fastest. He's instantly put Roberts' 1:12 dead down.
Yeah, exactly. The driver formerly known as Josh with the Dash is bringing it.
I'm actually hoping we could see... I know we got to remain impartial, but I'd like to see the man with the cash challenge for the win today because, he's a really talented driver. It would be nice to see him put on some good shows.
I'm
take
all
a
for
win
that.
for Scuderia.
I'm all for that, dude. But look, there's a few other names we can throw in there as well. Like, you've Jake Moore, Cross Carey, the Kebab Man. These guys have the potential to be there. It's just literally a tenth or two is what separates them sometimes. Maybe a bad lap, maybe a bad corner, gets us stuck in traffic, a bad pit stop. All these things play into it. But as I said, you have a few drivers there literally knocking at the door, and they will chomp into the top 5 or top 3 if you give them a chance.
So currently, we're seeing no drivers go out of Q1 unless you. This is just fact, guys. If you crash in a session, it doesn't matter if you're the fastest. But if you crash in a session, it will take you out of it. So unless we see that, which I hope it doesn't happen, we are seeing no drivers knocked out in Q1. So that means the real battle starts in Q2, because in a way, this brief 15 minutes or so, 18 minutes in Q1 is in reality, it's just your practice session now. I know I've always said it, but, you know, there's no stress of being knocked out. You know, you can choose to go out or not if you want, but there's absolutely no panic and no rush.
Exactly. Like, there's only one corner I know here that kind of would upset you. If you go on to Pyre at the minute, he's about to take that corner. I don't know what number it is, but this corner right here, if you drop the back left wheel, you're going around. And the problem is, if you go around, you kind of come back onto the track, and you've the potential to hit the barrier on the inside of the track, which could lose you a wheel. But in any practice or previous league races I've done, I've always watched out for that corner. Yes, you can drift a bit wide on it, and if you do, that's all well and good, but do not drop your back left wheel onto the gravel. The car will whip around faster than your mama can say whip around. Ten viewers currently at the minute. Nice to see.
Rightio, look at that, the Magic Man, 2nd place. Sorry about that, I have a mic muted, I was having a drink. You know, I don't want to hear everyone slapping on the microphone.
Nice. Slip away, dude. Slip away. Yeah, the Magic Man bringing it. But you don't think about the Magic Man, he doesn't actually bring the magic until like the last 2 minutes of Q3. He's all
That's
about
the
the
point
magic.
of the show, though. You've got to hook everyone in.
Yeah, you got to hook everyone in, and then, you know, the show does not end. He's always there for his encore.
So we always have to say, you know, like, it's hard to say in reality what's going to be our favourite division in terms of showing good battles. But I have to say, if I was to, it's definitely stuck between F3 and F2 for me, because I like back in the before when I commentated over F3, they gave some amazing battles. But I think some of the best moments we've seen is F2. I think one of the most memorable has to be the Magic Marks Brundle incident back in Silverstone, back when it was last lap after Maggots and Beckett's, and then Brundle goes off, and it just sends us into a frenzy. And Skunk Burner losing it in Spain, you know, he was going to be on the podium, but then went off.
DP Roberts'
F2
overtake of the Magic Man, I think it was like turn 11 or 12 in Spain, had me going through the rafters here, dude.
I remember that, and I think, and we could both continue to say, that is overtake of the season. We don't care.
Far, yes. So far, yes.
I agree that should remain like a really good title. Just overtake of the season.
Oh, serious. Like, it's a flat-out corner, and sometimes you can lift for that corner, but Roberts didn't. Roberts literally put the foot down and was going for the overtake. It was fantastic.
It looks like the Magic Man's actually going back out again, because, you know, you might as well use these tyres while you can, and he's still in mode 4. He's got ERS to burn. I think the Magic Man, it might be going for another run, because, you know, the Man with the Cash is retired, so the Man with the Cash has got no chance of retaliation if Magic Marks wants to try and take the top spot in Q1.
Yeah, well,
but it's looking very close.
4 laps done on his soft, so he's doing, as I said, was happening in the now. He's pulling to the pits now. But like, it's practice. It's just practice. That's all it is. Okay, you burn a set of tyres, and if you're smart enough, you'll stick to the one set of tyres and not use a second set of tyres, which you don't obviously need to use. But great to see everyone going through the Q2.
It is. It's good to see. You know, it's a bit of a shame, you know, because it also adds a little bit of an edge to Q1. But at the same time, you know, everyone doesn't have to panic. So it's nice to see. But here's a serious question, Bodder. Oh, it looks like we've got WR Stretch is now going to come out. Here's a serious question.
Brand new.
As a driver.
Yes.
As a driver, what would you say would be the perfect tyre strategy for the... So say if it's a dry weekend, what would you say would be the perfect tyre choice?
Are you talking about like the hard, balanced, or soft allocation, or when you're on track?
Yep. Say race, so, you know, going through Q2, you know, you need to pick your starting compound. What would you say would be the key 2 compounds for racing here in Germany?
So that completely depends on where you think you're going to place. If you think you're going to place maybe midfield or mid-pack, I go with a medium compound, because you want to kind of get the lasting... Yeah, you want to kind of get the lasting effect out of them. If I'm qualifying near the front, in the first or second row, at least, I'd be thinking maybe soft. Because I'm thinking, I want to get a good start. I want to beat the guy who's beside me, saying third or second, whatever it is. Challenge for first into the opening few set of corners and pull away. That's where you're going to make your time up on the softs. And then you can adjust your strategy as you go through. Like, you never know. We could see a safety car, VSC, anything like that. Could completely change your strategy. Your strategy goes out immediately out the door when a safety car comes out, because my first instinct when I see safety car, pit, because it's a free pit stop.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry about that. I had a mozzie just fly in my window, and I hate doing anything with seeing a mosquito going
kill it
next to me, and I'm just
kill it.
I did. I've hit it with a shirt, and I'm just like, I've lost it. I managed to like fully whack it with a shirt, and I'm just like, it's dead, I think. I'm just
imagine you now in your room whacking a shirt everywhere, trying to kill it.
like a sort of a towel whip, you know, like just you'll find out. Like, trying to catch him.
Mr. Miyagi had the fly with the the Japanese yokes. You just had to use the t-shirt, or towel.
Like everyone knows, if you're in school or anything like that, you know, it's never safe, because like if your mates like went into like one of the kitchens, because we had that like a staff kitchen in my school. Oh, Magic Mark's dragging a little bit off there in turn one. One of my friends actually found like a tea towel in the staff kitchen, and watch out! He'd soak it on purpose, bring it out, and the sound, Jesus,
cracking,
whoosh, and all you hear is like after being hit by a completely wet tea towel. Like that was like back in the olden days. Caning used to be the thing. Obviously, they stopped doing that now because obviously it's not the appropriate way. But I'd say I'd take caning better than a wet tea towel, because oh my god, that leaves a mark.
Especially at the back of your knees or something like that, man. That's soft tissue as well. That's got a bruise right there. Like,
if you wear shorts, someone's going to question if you've been beaten. It's like tea towel.
Okay, Flame just put in the chat there saying, evening everyone. How are we getting on, Flame? How are we keeping? Usually Hush is also there, top notch. How are you keeping, guys? Good to see you watching F2 with us here.
To give Top Notch a shout out, because I played with Top Notch earlier, and also I watched back on our podcast, by the way, guys. Our podcast is every Friday at 8 PM. And we just had our recent podcast, and I watched it back over, and Top Notch just, he was doing amazing there. So a big shout out to Top Notch for an amazing job. We got a good solid team for the podcast. We have a great laugh. And
did he do a top notch job? Did he?
Oh yeah, the pun I see. The master of nicknames and puns. I know what I signed up for, guys. Don't worry. But Top Notch, top lad.
Top bloke, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually happy. I don't even have the board on the screen, so you have to go over the top three ladder.
Oh, I actually don't have either, but Magic Mark was second or something like that, so that's all I know.
I know that doing lap Man with the Cash was first. Magic Marks was second. I think third was Paita.
It was just practice, because everyone got through, so it's okay. We don't need to remember it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
Now is when things begin to get interesting. Excuse me.
Indeed. And
we've
Q2. Have we got a weather report?
Not yet, but we did have 15 drivers. Now we have 14.
I think. It's definitely
was it Junior? I don't see Junior. Do you see Junior there?
No. Yeah, we lost Junior. We lost RSF1 Junior.
Huh.
Oh god. So Junior, if Junior gets back in, or doesn't get back in, we could see him starting at the back of the grid, because it looks like he's having trouble with the lobby at the moment, like trying to get in and out. So Shane is the first car out on track. So what I'll do is in a moment I'll do an onboard with Shane. But yeah. So we got a weather report from the inside on what's the weekend going to look like, because Germany is quite notorious for its wet sessions.
That's true, actually. That's true. Yeah. That is true.
So, Mex Tarup is going for a hard strategy. He's going on the harder compound. And to be honest, by the way, actually, to answer my own question, the hards are actually the best tyre on this track.
You're not the only person I heard say that. One of the drivers in F2 tonight actually said that to me too.
The hards have such a groove to them. And I was playing with Spiral Acerfacer, a fellow F4 driver, and like his tyres were like 60% wear, and he was finding monumental grip. Even at that worn state, they were going on. But now, rounding the last few corners, I'll begin the onboard with Shane. So Shane now going through the sud curve, going over the straight. Now through turn 1, the Nord curve, you've got to be careful not to get too much of the curb on the outside, otherwise you might lose the back like Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas did. Now going into turns 2 through 3 and 4, there's his teammate Magic Marks. So Shane gets a good run there onto the straight, gets past his teammate going through the Parabolica. Magic Marks giving Shane a little bit of a toe there. Now going through the hairpin of turn 6, so this hairpin is probably almost as difficult to get through as the hairpin in Monaco. And now through turn 7. Going through turn 7, now going into turn 8, Mercedes. Now going through turns 9 to 10. This is a little bit of a deceptive one as well, you know, because if you catch too much of the limits there on the outside, you might invalidate a lap. Now Mobile 1. Doing good. Now we're going through to Sachs. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So now we're on turns 13, 14, and now get a good run through turn 15 because this is important. So get your good run through the final corner of the sud curve, and then Shane will cross the line and do a 113.1 on the mediums.
Yeah,
hope I did a good job there.
Here. No, good man, it's good. I use that time when you're on board to fix myself a drink. That's what I'm doing. That's how I get my drinks. No, it was a decent lap. It looks good from Shane. I can't fault anyway at all. But I just noticed in the chat there, RSF1 Flamings have to put in saying dry all the way.
Dry all the way. So we'll definitely see strategies coming to play. No rain. But yeah, Brundle. Look at that, Brundle, a 111.7. He
on the soft.
Retired immediately. Oh, there's Junior again. I think Junior is definitely having problems. That's the second time he's left.
Okay.
Hopefully Junior will be able to make it into the race.
Mediums. So he does...
Oh, he invalidated the lap.
He must have validated, exactly. That's how
I think he might have gotten...
That's how he put that's how he put one lap already on his tyres. So immediately he's down one lap on his tyres.
I'd say for Mex Tarap, he might be alright because the hards could easily go over 27 laps or so. That could be a good portion of the race. So, you know, if you want to go for a hard to soft strategy, the hards could easily do it.
Yeah, you have to get in top 10 now with the hards. See if you can do it. I heard you say there as well that the hairpin here in Hockenheim, you think it's nearly as hard as the lowest hairpin in Monaco?
Definitely, because if you get too wide or too deep, you're either going to go over the actual curb itself, you know, the slight little mound there is in the middle where the hairpin is. You might accidentally brake too early, go over it and exceed the track limits or corner cut or even get a penalty, or you could brake way too late and go into the runoff area, and you know, any one of those two can cost you dearly, especially when the fact is the Parabolica, that massive slight straight. Oh, there you go. Magic Marks is in third as well, so you know we're already seeing the top fighters for F2 like putting their place up. But do keep in mind, the man with the cash, he dominated Q1, so we cannot rule him out.
Did. Nope, can't rule him out at all. He's going to bring it.
But Brundle is on the softs. He has to rely on getting a good position, and to be honest, the softs don't actually even last that long. 8 laps, that's not long.
Yep. And do you think Brundle did a rain dance this week? Yes, he did.
He's going to hope to.
He did. Yes, he did. But it's
we should call him Rain Man.
We've been told. Rain Man, I love it.
Yeah, because like you know, if he does rain dances all the time, you know, he's the Rain Man. So.
Usually, Hush says he's only here to see what the strategy is for his F1 race on Tuesday nights.
So in a way. That was me giving him a tip off.
Yeah. Vettel fan just said soft will only last like 4 laps in the race. Believe me, I've tested it.
Oh, so
Okay.
we got confirmation from an F1 driver. So has Brundle maybe bitten the bullet when it comes to going in for his strategy? Because do keep in mind, you do wear them a little bit doing your actual lap.
Yeah.
I think what Brundle might be doing is triggering out for the softs at the moment, and if people beat that time and he feels he's going to fear falling down even more, he will probably go out on the mediums and try and set a more decent lap. Because, you know, if the soft strategy doesn't work, you need plan B.
I don't know if
but
he's
that's
going
at
to beat that, though.
1:11.7.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to beat that, though, on the mediums. What he could do on the race is he could push those softs as far as he can, and then maybe go on to the hards, unless he's two-stopping.
He could easily one-stop. If he goes from soft to hard, it's a possibility. Because personally, I would go for the hard compound tyre in Q2. Because I think I actually get more of a better feel for the hards than I would do the mediums. The mediums and the hards, there's no real difference in terms of grip level here. It's just one can go longer than the other. So, you know, if you're going for all out, like dragging it out for as long as possible, I think Mex Tarap is actually going for the better strategy here.
Well, just go back to Brundle real quick. Brundle was actually messaging me earlier on. He says that he recently just checked the standings, and he just have to figure it out. He's in a championship fight, so he realizes now it's after hitting home. He potentially could be going for a championship here. So he set his target. We're not going to say who his target is, but he set his man who he's going to fight. But he says it'll be close in Germany with everyone, but he reckons track limits is his downfall. Brundle, we've seen it in other races. The time penalties from cutting corners, it just catches up on them. You know yourself, Primus, if you take that turn 1 wrong, that's it. You have a 3-second time penalty, which could affect you at the end of the race.
It's going back out on the soft compound tyre again. No, actually, no. Brundle's putting on another one because you can see the amount of laps a certain tyre's done, and because he's put another set on, it's gone back to 0.
Yeah. He's sitting in the pits, ready to go again, so he is.
Here we go, the man with the cash. He's going to cross the line. 4th place, 1:12.8.
Not bad. Not bad. That's 2 laps on his mediums, though. Not bad. But if he gets during his mediums, I reckon he'll be happy enough. I think the man with the cash last week in Silverstone, he started on the softs and went to mediums. Whoa! His Pieter kind of goes a bit off there. It's like third last quarter.
That was after.
That was very close. Yeah, but yeah, I think man with the cash started on softs last week and then went to mediums, whereas everyone else started on mediums and then went to softs, I think. Anyway, he was reverse strategy, but the unfortunate thing it almost worked, but except for VSC, I think it was, and the man with the cash just got caught on traffic. The man with the cash was up there in the top 3 spot. At least he would have got podium, if not been held up in traffic because of VSC.
It was a real shame as well, because if it wasn't for the VSC, he would have clearly gotten past Brundle and Magic Marks. The man with the cash would have been straight in the lead. So I love seeing this in F2, Bodder, because we know Petronas is definitely a good driver. We know man with the cash, Roberts, Brundle. I'd definitely say that will be my top 5. Because I know Jake Moore and Senna are really good drivers, but right now, I'd say if I could pick the top 5 of F2 at the moment, at least mine, would have to be Roberts, Brundle, man with the cash, Petronas, and Marks. That would be the 5 I instantly look out for. I definitely can say everyone else you've got to keep an eye out for, but you know, genuinely, they're normally the top 5.
Exactly. Excuse me, I'm just going to step away for 2 seconds.
Okie dokie. Right, so
back.
Charismix is going in. Just bear with me because I'm getting a little bit of a mic thing where like I'm hearing audios like it's definitely just a microphone thing. If I unplug it and plug it back in, it'll work again. So just bear with me 1 second.
Turn off, turn it back on. Great, it works. Sometimes it does.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was just that microphone was just. I mean, you could hear me fine.
Robert's tired again.
I think Roberts is just confident.
Wow, he did the same thing last week, but to me, it just seems a bit premature.
Possibly. We have seen drivers accidentally retire too early thinking, yep, I'm fine. And it's just like, well, no, because you might not be.
Well, in fairness, I think he actually is okay. But the only problem he would have, if everyone suddenly went down with softs, then he'd be way down. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the mediums are going to be the major player here, as we see Charismic is sitting on the pits with softs, and so is Shane. And so there's two potential drivers could be jumping them.
Yeah, the mix of strategies. Jake Moore being the only car to have not set a lap time. So we're on board with this Red Bull going through the Parabolica into the hairpin. So, Red Bull looked quite strong last week back in Silverstone. But, today it looks like Senna's having a little bit of trouble. But Jake Moore, he did pretty good in Q1. We've just got to wait and see what Jake Moore can do again in Q2.
Don't rule Senna out. Senna, he loves Silverstone. He loves Germany. Do not rule him out.
Actually,
his major track is coming. Yeah.
I thought he was in the pits, actually.
No, he's out. He's on fresh mediums as well, so he's going to be put to the stellar lap. Watch this. Like, Senna hasn't peaked yet. Wait till we get to Interlagos. That is Senna's track.
Going through P8, so Senna has managed to put himself through, and Jake Moore, 11th. So Jake Moore he'll need to harvest. If he can harvest the energy and save the fuel, he could go out for another run. But if he goes into the pits now, Jake Moore won't be able to have enough time to go for another run. So it's all or nothing for the Red Bull. Oh,
I have a question for you. Brundle's after starting a new lap on fresh softs.
Oh.
He's already through. Why would he use another set of softs?
Because I have a feeling he's not aiming to use them again. And I think actually this might be proving, because if he's willing to use another set of softs like that, he's probably aiming to not use them again in the race. So he will go for a soft, hard finish, I'm guessing. Because, you always need to make sure you have an emergency set of softs. It's always got to be the thing. And in Q2, if you're willing to use them that fast... Oh yeah, but do keep in mind, he retired straight away in Q1, so Brundle actually has more soft compound tyres. But you just got to be very careful. I just noticed
he gave stretch to toe on the straight, going down to the hairpin. That's what he's after doing.
Oh, so Brundle is definitely playing a different game, because you never know, we might see the Renault team maybe excel here. So we'll keep an eye on WR stretch, because it looks like a little bit of lock up there going into the second to last corner. And now going across the line, WR stretch, he doesn't beat his time. He didn't beat his personal best.
There's two drivers we need to look out for here, Petronas and Shane. Oh, I completely forget as well. Oh, Shane's going cross country. Oh, clean those tires up here, sir, before you start your hot lap. Okay, so in the excuse me, I had to sneeze. In the drop zone currently, we have our Mexican friend Tarp. He needs to do better. Charismic, Jake Moore, Cross Kerry. There's 4 drivers here.
Keep an eye on
Tarp's in the pits.
Because Jake Moore's in the third sector, so Q2 is done. So Max Tarp, unfortunately, he did not make it. He is out of qualifying 2. So it's only up to Jake Moore, Charismics and Cross Kerry to get themselves out of the elimination zone. So Jake Moore going through the second to last corner in the Red Bull. Can he do it? Going through Sudcurve. Can he push himself out of this little area? Yes, he can. P4. Wow.
Yes. Good man, Jake Moore.
What a jump. Yes. And that's put Paita.
3 laps though.
Paita's out.
3 laps on the mediums.
I think Paita can't do it. I think he got a bad run there through the hairpin. So that's definitely not done him any good. We'll carry it. We'll leave Paita for a moment, because you never know. You might have just gone a bit of a funny run out.
The kebab man.
Ooh, bit deep there going out of Sachs.
He's on softs. He's going for it. Do not cut that corner.
Oh, he's going in. Charismic just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
We'll look at Cross Kerry.
Take it easy. Cross Kerry, what's going to do here? Same thing. The back end just steps out a small bit there.
So Cross Kerry, he pushes himself out of the elimination
6th.
zone. Well done.
Well done, Irishman.
John Digweed is out of the session. Yep, Paita's out of fuel. By the looks of it, he's struggling to limp back to the pit. So Paita is out.
Yeah.
So we've lost both the Mercs in their home Grand Prix track. We've lost Mexi Tarup in his debut race. He qualified P13. And Charismic, the kebab man, unfortunately, you know, he just didn't have enough juice today to get him up into the top spot. So unfortunately, we've lost them 4.
He's more chili sauce.
So we've got our top 10, which is Brundle. We've got Shane, we've got Roberts, you know, they're the top 3. Shane actually did really... Whoa. Did you just see Shane jump from 2nd to 9th? You saw that as well. Look at the times.
Shane has wrecked his car. I can see the front left wheel is off.
Oh no! Shane's out!
Before that.
Oh, that means WR Stretch crashed.
I don't know what happened there. I didn't see it.
that's
went on to
bad for
Shane.
Shane.
I just
He was
see his
second.
front left wheel hanging off.
Oh my god, so we've lost 9. Well, we lost 1, 2. We've lost 6 cars in Q2. So we've only got 8 cars in the shootout for Q3. So Stretch must have had an accident after Brundle gave him that nice bit of toe.
Yeah. And does that mean now Shane has to stick with the softs? I know technically he's top 10.
I see.
Because the car crashed.
No, actually, because if you make it into Q3, you are eligible for... You're not eligible for the change of tyres, but considering he did go out in Q2, he might, just might, be able to maybe go on to a harder tyre. But look, it feels so tiny now. Look, only 8 cars.
Yeah.
It feels like a social,
now.
doesn't it? Like, you know, like back in the day. You know,
I wonder did the AI crash?
Maybe. That's a good point, actually. You know, some people, they like to pause the game quickly, just, you know, quickly go do something after they set their lap. Sometimes the AI...
Well, once you go over the line, the AI takes over. But this is the problem, though. If you do your lap, then pit, at least you know your car is safe in the pit. If you're literally going out last minute and setting your lap, this is a possibility you could run.
Did the AI crash of Shane?
Possibility. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I wasn't watching it.
That is annoying. That is actually really annoying because, you know, once you've gotten past the line, the AI takes over, and if the AI basically just does you in and crashes, you know, that wasn't in your power. The game completely just wrecked Shane's race. So Shane started at P9. We're not going to say that's a bad position because, you know, he's still in the top 10, but it's not as high as Shane would like to have been. I mean, he did have 12.
No,
that's a good time.
It's important. It's important to note. I don't know if the AI actually crashed him or if he crashed himself. So we just know he's out. Well,
yeah.
Before that, we actually don't know what happened.
Right. So work with the cars we have left.
I think I did spot. Remember, I did say at the end of Q2, Brundle was on a new set of softs, and then he gave his teammate a tow and then slowed down. I reckon the reason now he put on a new set of softs was because he didn't want to use his softs that he set his lap on. Because if he did, he would have set a lap on them.
That's a good point because, you know, if you've already worn your race start tyres, if you know they won't last that long, there's no point hurting them.
Exactly. You've already set one lap them. And as Vettel fan said, 4 laps, race conditions. So that's 3 laps. Are we looking to see Brundle in within 3 laps, 4 laps?
Possibly. It is a good possibility. So we're on board now with DP Roberts. We've always shown in F3, well, F1 through to 3, Haas has been quite a prominent car. F4 as well, you know, Haas has been a definite team to watch out for because all the Haas drivers just seem to be fighting in the top spaces. And, you know, in real life, Haas haven't really had that much luck. But, you know, RSF1, we even give teams like Haas a nice little bit of a bit of showtime up into the top positions.
Yeah, Rich Energy getting their name out there. Even though they're actually officially off the car now.
But they're not officially off the game. You know, if they don't want mind delivery being there, you know, that's not the game's fault. That's theirs. I
was reading on Twitter, you know, when the announcement went through that Rich Energy were pulling the plug or whatever wasn't happening on the Haas cars with the sponsorship. And all the comments on Twitter was just like, oh, just get signed up by White Bikes. Go on to White Bikes. They'll sponsor you, because I don't know if you noticed, but if you go on to White Bikes, I think it's WHYT, something like that, bikes.com or .co.uk. They're a bike website. We sell obviously mountain bikes, road bikes, all that type of thing. But their logo, guys, is the exact same thing as Rich Energy. The exact same thing.
I mean, so, you know, it'd be like almost sort of familiar ground, except for one's an energy drink company and one's a bike provider. And look at that, Jake Moore, second place of a 111.7, and just as I said second,
the Magic
now
Man.
Third, Magic Man of a 111.2. That is nearly F1 pace from IC, because if Vettel fan, pushing with all his might, can do a 110.8, and yes, you heard me right, Vettel fan did a 110.8 around this track, 111.2 is not too far off.
Yep, the Magic Man is out there kind of on his lonesome. I don't mean in terms of his teammate, I mean in terms of his best friend in real life. Skunk Burner's in here tonight.
Yeah, that's a real shame, because, you know, Skunk Burner, he's actually a championship contender.
Yeah, Skunk is fast. Skunk is fast. So he's on another level. So he's sometimes when Skunk hits a lap or gets out in front of clean air, good night. Good night. Just you might as well just call the race there, and then the fight is on for second place. Because sometimes Skunk, he just gets in that mentality where he just pulls away with it.
So 7.5 minutes remain. Cross Kerry puts himself into P7. Patronus is still the only car to have actually put himself into a position. Through the Parabolica he goes. So McLaren is also a team we've got to watch out for, because yourself and your teammate DPS Racing is...
DPS, shout out.
You're a solid team. You know, I see some solid teamwork, but McLaren is also a team that's on the rise, because, you know, McLaren is definitely a real contender for the podium. You know, we've got Peppermeat, and then we got Patronus in the McLaren team in F2. But also a team that you got to watch out for, because McLaren has solidified a rivalry in F4. Because Acer Facer is a quick driver, we already know that, and Wadders is a new driver that's joined the McLaren team, and everyone knows Wadders and Alco Saints, Malibu twins. So we got it's a rivalry right now between me and Spiral, and then there'll be a rivalry between Alco and Wadders. So we have a full locked rivalry in F4, which you guys can stay tuned for on Wednesday. We've got a full-blown rivalry between McLaren and Red Bull, because, you know, we're good mates. You know, off stream, me, Spiral, we play and practice together. You know, we have a laugh, but on track, you know, we're rivals, but we race with respect. You know, I remember France, and that was a good time. But, you know, McLaren, I love seeing that orange car. Even in my division, I love seeing that orange car putting up that fight.
Welcome to RSF1, Waters. If you're watching, welcome. I remember myself and Waters were in another league last season, and I think we're in Monza, and he had the race win. And on the last lap, I think he got a penalty.
Oh no!
And then, yeah, I think it was, you know, the last chicane before the straight, before you come to that
Ascari
Tifosi corner. Yeah, Ascari, sorry. I think he got a penalty on that chicane, and that gave me the win. Couldn't believe it. But that's sometimes how it goes. But hey, Waters, hope you're doing well.
Patronus.
McCracken's in the chat. McCracken is actually watching us. Hey, what's up, everyone? So
hey, McCracken.
No shoals. No shouts. Yeah, but he says F1 is the best, but yeah, Alpha is all good. Usually Hush, F1 is best, true that. And then Tabitsi says, who's my rival? So Tabitsi is in F4, right?
He's in the Racing Point in F4. So I'd say his real rival might be, maybe, could be Tigrosaurus in the Alfa Romeo, because
another fast driver.
Yeah, Tigrosaurus is always up the top with McCracken in F4. You know, they're real challenges.
I was going to say McCracken. Yeah.
So I'd definitely say Racing Point's real rivalry is probably with Alfa Romeo. Because Toby, you know, or TXBZ, I call him Toby. But the moment Toby gets in his car, he's always normally up into the top of the grid. So I'd say his real rivals are the Alfa Romeo. I mean, like last week in F4, I mean, Red Bull did manage to put up a full top three, you know, it's Toby, Alco, then me in the top three. Sorry, but I'd say for extra like strategy and pace, the Alphas are a machine. But Toby, he's got Rebster as his teammate. They're another level.
Yeah, Rebster, another fast driver as well.
Oh yeah,
just
Rebster.
full of fast drivers. It's great to see. F4 is nice to watch. Nice to watch because again, you don't know who's going to win.
I'd say though, Bodder, F2 is definitely a good one, but one of the main things I look forward to because we've been a team since before the season actually began. So I think the one thing I look forward to is our team for Sunday.
Oh, definitely, man. Like I was saying to you before we came live on the air, I says I'm actually getting to like commentate more than actually driving on Thursday nights. I look more forward to Sunday nights than I do Thursday night, which is weird for me. I don't know.
Oh, the man with the cash!
3 minutes.
111.4.
Bringing it in. 3 minutes left in Q3, guys. We've got 7 out of the 8 drivers sitting in the pits, except for Senna. Senna's currently on outlap, but everyone's sitting in the pits, waiting literally the last second. So close as well. Look at this: 11-2, 11-4, 11-6, 11-7, 12, 12, 12-5, 12-8.
I'd say it's actually very close to. It's like a second and a half separates Petronas. Well, 1.6 seconds separates Petronas and Magic Marks. It's a very tight lockout. I've seen close battles, but this is mad.
But if you ask Petronas straight out, he will tell you his quality pace is poor. Because he told that to me this evening. He says my quality pace seems to be poor, but his race pace is when he seems to pick it up. But he's really looking forward to tonight. And he says he really likes the track, but he's still not sure what setup to use. Imagine that it's a race night, not sure what setup to use. Usually I have my race setup picked 3 days, 4 days in advance of my race night. So unknown things happen for Petronas.
Indeed, and here we go with RSF1 Senna in the Red Bull. He is now going to be the only car on a flying lap currently at the moment with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. It's getting very close. Senna, did he get a very good run over
turn one?
That was full out. Oh, he backed off. I think he might have accidentally messed up and gone over too much of turn one and invalidated the lap time. So Senna will have to go again. But luckily, he will have time. And the cash is retired. He feels confident in
He just threw it around turn one. I don't think Magic Mark got in his way though, because I know Magic Mark was pulling out the pits, but Magic Mark hit well over to the right from the onboard that I saw on Senna. So I guess you're right. I guess he just cut the corner. But look, he's time to recuperate, charge your battery, which is doing. Go back, do it again. Time for one more.
So before we get to the penultimate part of Q3, a quick question: McLaren Mercedes. That's been announced.
Yes, loving it.
So that means we could no longer see the orange McLarens. We could see silver come back.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think actual Mercedes team has the silver now. I can't see the McLaren going back to silver. I'd love to see him go back to red and white, maybe.
That's
really
actually a good point. Yeah, like the Senna days.
Yeah, exactly. But I do you know, as a friend kind of said to me during the week, he was like, "Oh, Mercedes or McLaren's after getting Mercedes engines for next or for following season, whatever it is." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fantastic, but there could be a B team, another B team for the Mercedes team."
Yeah,
that's how these contracts work. Yes, you can have our batteries, batteries. Yes, you can have our engines. You can have our engines. That's fine. But if you get a good driver, we get first dibs.
Yeah, except for Jenson Button. Jenson Button was a really good driver back in 2014 when they were McLaren Mercedes. Oh, Q3 is over. That was quick there. So Q3 is now
Magic
over.
Man currently sitting on pole.
So Jake Moore.
Is that one lap as well?
Yeah, he was happy with that lap. So Magic Marks is on his flying lap. So 2 cars are set. We've got 6 more that need to
Roberts got to cross the line. Where is Roberts going to stick it?
Roberts is going to take... Oh no, he has backed off. Oh, so he takes 3rd place. So Roberts finishes before Mount of Cash. Jake Moore, obviously, he was in the pits, so he couldn't go out. So Jake Moore has retired from the session. Magic Marks, he solidifies his lead with 1:11.1. That's really good.
Cross carry.
Cross carry takes 5th place. Brundle comes across 5th. He just
Brundle
steals
takes
that.
5th.
So Senna takes 7th.
Yoink.
That was very quick. I was hopefully getting a little bit more, be able to like get a little bit more like, oh my god, and I get before I get the chance to do that. Everyone already crossed the line.
Happen. Yeah.
I was ready to do it.
The best thing with Q3, you can only get 2 stints. You can kind of get half a stint in there in the meantime, but it's only really 2 stints. That's all you get. Like, the thing about Q3 for me is you literally go out as soon as you can, set your lap, come back in, and you're sitting in the pits for about 2-3 minutes, watching everyone else. Then you go set your lap.
Right, so that is it. That's qualifying over. It felt
Done.
fast, didn't it?
Yeah, I went back too fast.
That felt like Canada all over again.
Yeah, man.
I remember we're just sitting there we're having discussions or keeping an eye on the qualifying, and we're just like, oh my god, it's already over. So to go over the top 8 qualification, because we lost Shane and WR Chosen. So we got Magic Marks on provisional pole. Man with the cash did amazing. He was knocking at the door. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to get past Magic Marks. 2nd place, DP Roberts 3rd, Jake Moore 4th, Brundle 5th, Cross Carry 6th, RSF1 Senna 7th, and Patronus is in 8th.
Do you know what's really the main thing I'm saying from that is the man with the cash, the driver formerly known as Josh with the dash, 2nd place. 2nd place. He's starting
Incredible.
inside. So if he gets a good start, gets a good run, he can challenge the Magic Man into 1.
And
How many
I know
cars do
for
you
a
think can
fact
fit through 1?
he will fight like crazy to get the win, because you do keep in mind his strategy almost worked out in Britain. Unfortunately, again, that VSC, it just said, nope, no way I'm letting you do that, because obviously
it wasn't happening for him.
As the rules state with a virtual safety car, everyone, you must follow a delta. And if you exceed that delta, you'll receive a penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. And it's also the same with a regular safety car.
Camel says hi. Hi, Camel. Going back to turn 1 though in Germany, if you're the car on the outside and you have a car on your inside, he's essentially taking away your racing line. So the only thing you can kind of do is, if you choose to battle him side by side in the corner, you have to run wide.
Yeah.
On the outside. And if you run wide, you're taking your warning. If you're on your 2nd warning, you're taking your penalty. So you have to be careful where you choose you wish to fight someone and go side by side.
Do you remember when Felipe Massa got hit on the side and he rolled basically across?
Yeah. Came in flying.
That was nasty.
Yeah, that was nasty.
So, here we are, and I'm going to leave this famous job to you, Bodder, because you always give us a stellar one. I'm going to let you do the formation lap once all the drivers are ready and underway, because, come on, guys.
My pleasure.
You all have to agree with me. No one does a formation lap better than the man himself, Bodder always gives us a sterling good formation lap.
I do enjoy it. I gotta admit, I do enjoy going through the formation, watching the guys kind of set all their settings, their brake bias, their diffs, and all that. I think it's kind of cool, and calling out their names.
Oh,
I enjoy it.
A part of me always looks forward to you giving the formation laps, because actually, you've actually given nicknames to people during formation laps in the past. So
it's literally happened on the spot as well. Like, because I'm flicking through the controller, so I'm going like, okay, up, next driver, and it just literally comes out of my mouth. I sometimes I say things I don't actually think about. They just literally come out of my mouth.
I think that's how
I don't know where it comes from.
The man with the cash came to be, because you saw Josh Dosh, and then instantly, your first moment, you just went, man with the cash.
Man with the cash. Now here he is, the man with the cash.
So
in 2nd place as well currently.
It's incredible.
2nd, directly kind of just to the right of pole. He could challenge the Magic Man into 1 here. This could be epic, or he might take the cautious route and slot in behind the Magic Man, and then maybe get the get the toe down the straight, that long kind of left-hander into the hairpin.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I found that hairpin a great spot to overtake. If you get on the inside of a guy there, and you kind of not push him out, but you kind of squeeze him, no, you're there. He has to relinquish the position to you. He has to give you the position. Otherwise, he's going to run wide, or you're going to collide. Either way.
Indeed, we've
Right,
actually
ready up.
seen moments in F1 history where someone would take that hairpin. I think Nico Rosberg took the hairpin.
Yeah.
He was on the inside, but he wouldn't turn in till very late, so it stopped the car from the outside to be able to make a move. So hopefully, we won't see that here, because I think, we're a little bit better than to do that. There's a floating helmet. Okay, never mind.
Yep, it's fixed.
That was Jake
We always
Moore.
like a floating helmet here.
The helmet was just like onto the car. Oh, there it is. I'll let Bodder go onto the formation lap.
Cheers, nice one, Primus. Okay, we got Junior starting at the back. He's a really rough qualifying. I don't know whether he lagged out or crashed or whatever, but he is starting at the back, and there's anyone that is always up for a challenge, it's our Junior. Junior loves a good fight, a good challenge. In 14th is the kebab man, Grismick, in the Alfa Romeo. He'll be looking for a good outing. Not good in qualifying, but we know he's a fast driver. He can compete there. He can get in the top 5 very easily. He just needs to keep his head calm. We've our new Mexican driver. Welcome to the league, Turp. Hope you have a good race. In 12th, we have Pieter in the first of the Mercedes. Right in front of him, the sister Mercedes, John Digweed. In 10th, we have the first of the Renaults in Stretch, who got a bit of a helping from his teammate Brundle, I think it was in the Q2 maybe. In 9th, we have the first of the Pink Panthers, Shane. He looking to go forward as well. Another good, strong, fast driver. As long as he has a good few clean opening laps, Shane will be in there for the long fight. In 8th, Petronas. Great to see Petronas in the top 10, moving forward. He hasn't moved onto the wheel yet. From what I've been talking about Petronas, he's still hanging onto the pad. So Petronas, if you're watching, dude, come on, make the move onto the wheel. You'll only get faster, I promise. In 7th, RSF1 Senna in the Red Bull. 6th, Cross Kerry, go on the Irish. In 5th, of our top 5, we got Brundle in the second Renault. Another fast driver. He was looking for the rain dance earlier on. The rain's not coming. We've been told dry race throughout. In 4th, the second of the Red Bulls, Jake Moore, another driver to watch. Jake Moore is knocking at the door along with Mount the Cash, but just in front of him, DP Roberts will be sitting right behind the poleman with the man on the inside, the man with the cash, the driver formerly known as Josh with the Dosh, starting inside of the pole sitter, Magic Man. How is he going to do tonight? What's the Magic Man going to do?
That was a tremendous formation, that Bodder. That was great.
Thank you.
Right, so only 15 cars round up on the line for Germany. So here we are, everyone, for the first German Grand Prix and the last of the first RSF1 season. It is 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And Magic Man gets a good
That was
run.
long hold.
And Man with the Cash is actually going to go down the inside into
he's
turn 1.
one.
Man with the Cash takes
wide.
the lead. Mark has to go wide, and it allows Brundle to get into third place ahead of DP Roberts. But DP Roberts is now getting a little look on the Magic Man. But DP Roberts manages to get back into third place. Cross Kerry moves up.
They're fighting.
Jake Moore got a bad run. He fell down to 9th place. Jake Moore, he was looking so good, but he just fell so far back. So the man with the cash is actually under pressure going down the inside to the hairpin. It's nearly 3 wide in the hairpin. But it looks like DP Roberts just got the move done nearly on the man with the cash. But Magic Marks takes the lead
they're still bunched up in the middle.
It is a real big bunch up.
Bunched up.
Cross Kerry and Petronas got a really good start. The man with the cash runs a little bit wide there into Mercedes. Yeah, that's Cross Kerry and Brundle. No, that's Cross Kerry's fallen back into Petronas' crosshairs. So Magic Man, he got a bad start, but it looks like he recovered. Looks like we've got yellow flags. Oh, Jake Moore has gone out of the session. We've got a virtual safety car being deployed. So we didn't even get through lap 1 and we got a virtual.
He's lost the front right tyre. Pieter is sitting in 14th. He's lost his front wing. They must have a collision or something. I didn't see it. I was kind of concentrating, to be honest, more around the 7th, 8th, 9th position where they're all bunched up. I don't know what happened there, but obviously maybe some bit of contact, but we have a missed front wing on Pieter, and Jake Moore is out of the race, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Jake, he was looking so forward tonight. Jake was on for a great finish tonight.
So we have to wait for the virtual safety car to turn off. So for the moment, it's Magic Marks with the lead. Man with the cash, he's still all over him in 2nd place. We've got Brundle 3rd.
How did the Magic Man get the lead back? Did I miss that?
He got him into the hairpin, so it was almost 3 wide going into the hairpin. But Magic Marks managed to get down the inside, and it was around the outside, and he got the move done. And Roberts was actually almost going to get 2 people. What happened? Oh, yeah, it's back to racing.
Back
Sorry,
racing.
I didn't notice. So here we go. Race restarted. So it's a good battle for the top two. Man with the Cash is staying
Top
on
three
the back
pulling
of that
away.
car. Brundle's actually now starting to gain on the Man with the Cash. Can he do it? Oh, look at that. Actually,
he's
Brundle
throwing it
got a
in there,
bit better
boys.
run. Because do keep in mind, Brundle needs to get past them to make some space, because if not, his gamble on the soft compound tyre would have been for nothing unless he goes onto the hard compound. Here we go. So beginning lap 3, Magic Marks is still ahead. It looks like Brundle's got a better run than the Man with the Cash. Yep, fastest lap of the race goes to Brundle at the moment.
Just want to point out
the Man with the Cash has
Charismatic is
struggled.
up.
Going down the
Oh, yeah.
inside. No, he won't. I think he's tried to sell him the dummy. DRS is now enabled because it's now lap 3. even under
Charismatic
virtual
up
safety
5
car.
spots.
Look at Charismatic Jr. He's been
Up
overtaken by
5
Metz.
spots. Junior's up 2 spots. Junior's on the move.
Man with the Cash is
What
looking
a
down the
fight.
inside of Magic Marks.
Three
It's
wide.
3 wide going into the hairpin. Magic Marks goes too deep.
Oh,
Brundle goes side
Man with
by
the Cash
side
is
with Magic
real wide.
Marks. Jesus
What's
Christ,
happened
look at
for him?
this. Brundle's still on the back of that racing point. and
Brundle
he's
needs to get the
gaining.
lead here. He's on softs. He has to get it. He has to go get past Magic Man. He has to take it.
The Man with the Cash just went too deep going down the inside. He tried to throw it in there, but do keep in mind that hairpin is treacherous for late braking. Sometimes late braking works out, but down the inside it normally does not really work out too great because, you know, sometimes it's benefiting to go around the outside more than anything. But Brundle moves up to second place after Man with the Cash. But that was a tremendous move because it looked like Brundle was going to go around the outside and the Man with the Cash down the inside.
Yeah. Pieter obviously got a new front wing, but he's sitting on the softs.
Just going to say,
very soon. I don't know what he's thinking.
Man with the Cash is bouncing
Oh,
back because
Brundle,
Brundle's
3
got a
second
3-second
time
penalty.
penalty.
It's only lap 4. We've got 30 laps to go.
Oh my god! I wouldn't mind. He said this to
He's
me.
run
as well.
deep.
He said this. His downfall is the corner cutting. He needs to eliminate that.
And here it comes. The Man with the Cash has got the DRS and he's plainly faster than that Renault. Look at that. Even though that Renault's got DRS,
Yeah, he's catching him.
it's
He's
not
catching
enough
him.
for the Man with the
Sticking
Cash.
in the
He's now
inside.
gonna knock at the door. Going down the inside on the hairpin.
He's got to watch his front wing. He's got to watch
backs
his front
off.
wing. Nope, not
And
there
DP
from.
Roberts gets a little look at the back of the Man with the Cash. So this is close already.
Yeah, while they're battling. DP Roberts sitting in the background, watching it all unfold. He'll be there waiting to pick up the pieces.
That's a real shame for Jake Moore. A strong start for the day. Unfortunately, a crash in the beginning of the race, which triggered off the virtual safety car, and Jake Moore misses out. But you know, got to give him a round of applause for a good effort for today.
Yeah.
But you know, Max Tarrant is actually doing pretty well in his debut race for McLaren in F2.
Yeah, not bad at all. He's currently in 12th, moving up through the field.
Brundle's gone in.
Be interesting to see. Brundle's in already. Okay, we did say it lap 3. What was lap 5 now? I
Yeah.
wonder what say his tyres are in. I'm trying to
Oh,
look
the
at
Man
his
with the
dash and
Cash
see
got
what temperatures.
penalty.
Oh, that's turn 1. We
Yeah.
did say at the start though, turn 1's going to be the one.
Sometimes
if
the
you
game
nail
can
turn
be
1, you're
so
flying.
treacherous to just give you a penalty straight away. It won't even give you any warnings. So it's just like, nope, penalty. That's what you get. That's what the
They're
game
worst.
does.
They're the absolute worst as well. Like, you know, sometimes what I do if I'm cutting a corner or if I'm being spun or about to cut a corner or whatever, I'll lift and maybe brake a little as well. Because if you're seen to take advantage, that's when the game will give you the warning.
And if you are gaining nothing from it, the game will actually be a little bit more lighter on you, even in the strictest rules. But Paita has got himself a 3-second time penalty. The Man with the Cash is actually gaining on Magic Marks going through Mercedes.
Wow!
And
Did you see how much he closed up there?
yeah, he was a
Literally
second
closed up
behind
like 2
that racing
furlongs.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, I think if the Man with the Cash can get past Magic Marks, he could open up a serious gap because these mediums could go on for a good while. So it's already a strong battle in the beginning of the race. This is why I like F2 because
The Rain Man.
Josh
Rain Man's gonna
Dosh,
meet him.
back in the day, you know, he'd struggled to get up into some positions, but now look at him, near on the mid part of the season, and he's already now gaining like crazy. He fell back like 2 or 3 times in this race, and he's already gaining back up and attacking the leader. 3 tenths
He's
away
fighting for
from
it.
Magic Marks. Shayna a 3-second time penalty, and Roberts.
Roberts is looking on the inside of that Ferrari.
Oh dear, this could be 3 wide going into the hairpin because the Man with the Cash has got
Roberts
tremendous
is wetting
pace.
his lips.
Here we go, Roberts is going
he's
down
gonna
the
go for it.
inside.
Yeah.
It could be
he's
3
getting
wide going
slipstream
into the
off
hairpin.
Magic Mark.
The Man with the Cash backs off. No, he sticks it around the outside.
Great overtake by Roberts.
The man with the cash is not going to let that go, though. He's going to try and make a move
He's
down
come
the
back.
right. Yeah, he
No,
can't
it's not
do it.
there
There's
for-
not enough room. So the man with the cash just holds off for the moment. Magic Marks looks like he's actually going a little bit deep there through Mercedes. So DP Roberts is allowing himself to get closer, and man with the cash is just taking that slipstream and making it his own.
I'm just watching it as well. Charismatic is right on the back of John Digweed, just to give some of the guys in midfield a quick shout. Charismatic should be looking to overtake John Digweed fairly soon.
So going
Keep
through
an eye on
Sack goes Charismix. So now going for the second last corner. John Digweed actually gets a little bit of a bad run there. We got yellow. Oh, I think that's
Junior's
Brundle.
off! Junior's spun!
Our Junior's lost his wing completely. Was Brundle involved in that collision? No, he was not, because I saw Brundle was down there, but it's also because I forgot he had a pit stop. But Junior!
He pitted.
Oh, that's bad for Junior.
The Magic Man went a bit wide. Roberts going to have him on the straight. They're side by side going down.
Oh,
Roberts
Cross
went
Terry's
inside.
going
He
down
has
the
it.
inside on the Parabolica. And Magic Marks has lost the lead to DP Roberts, and the man with the cash is going to lose third place to Cross Kerry.
This is
No,
great battling
it's
here
still
in the
side
top
by
four.
side with the Ferrari and the Toro Rosso. Look at that, man with the cash takes third place
They
back.
held it. They held it.
It's still side by side.
Oh, great battling. Great to see this.
Oh my god. So Cross
Fair
Kerry.
play to Cross Carry. He is holding it to the man with the cash, isn't he? Fair play to the man with the cash as well. He's currently sitting in third place. That's great.
DP Roberts does take the lead though, because it does look like Magic Marks is struggling around here in his racing point. So once Roberts saw the mistake, he capitalised on it and he made that charge.
That is a very good point as well. Just looking at a quick position change. Patronus up 3 positions, Charismatic up 5, Charismatic up 6 now actually. John
Man with
Deacon's up 4 positions.
Yeah,
Shane's in,
Charismix got a 3-second time penalty.
Ooh, not good, not good. Just quickly going to Brundle for a second. He is on the mediums currently, so that means he's 2-stopping.
He might 2-stop. I don't think those mediums could definitely do 30 laps, so that means he will need a pair of softs at the end. So we could maybe see Brundle maybe go for fastest lap of the race at the end.
But I don't think we'll be able to challenge. Cross Carry and the man with the cash still battling it out there. Patronus
Yeah.
is watching this all unfold in front of him.
Patronus has actually done really good because he didn't really get a good run in the qualifying, struggling a little bit. But in the race, he's made up for it in pure race pace. He's already up into P5. He's already a second ahead of RSF1 Senna, so there's a little bit of gap between the two. Cross Kerry is all over the back. Brundle, another 3-second time penalty.
Cross Carry was deep.
Yeah, and that
but,
lets the man with the
just,
cash
just,
get
just
ahead.
going back to Patronus real quick. Patronus, as I said to you, he'll openly admit quali pace not there this week for Germany. Race pace is there, and he's proved it. Top 5 position already. That's looking well for Patronus.
And he might actually gain on Cross Kerry. Cross Kerry almost loses the back end going through turn 1, which allowed Patronus to get even closer. John Digweed, 3-second time penalty, which will be good for Charismic, so that means Charismic has no real disadvantage anymore to the battle. I think Patronus might get Cross Kerry here, because look at that going into the Parabolica.
I was going to say that.
Cross Kerry struggled
Yeah,
like
it's gonna
crazy. Down the inside goes Patronus, down the Parabolica,
Bit
it's
of
the hairpin. And it looks
All
like
good.
Patronus has gotten the move done. And he's moved up into 4th place. Well done to Patronus.
Well done, Patronus. Great move on Cross Carry. I just like that Cross Carry didn't get a good exit going onto the straight, and then it just looked like Patronus just snuck into the back and got the DRS, had him into the hairpin. Great overtake by Patronus.
Patronus might know that the man with the cash has a 3-second time penalty, so he can push. And if he stays with the man with the cash through this race, look at Cross Kerry trying to get a look around the outside, going into Sachs there. And that's incredible battling, but man with the cash needs to remember he needs to push now, because with that 3-second time penalty, if everyone clumps up near him, he could fall back a load of positions.
Yeah, very vital as well. Like, it's hard luck as well for Brundle, because he's looking at the two stop. He was doing so well in qualifying, and now he's 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Senna has got a 3-second time penalty, and I think Cross Kerry is going to bounce back on the straights leading to the Parabolica.
Yeah.
Because Patronus just got a bit of a bad run there through turn 1. No DRS for Patronus, which means Cross Kerry gets that.
Man with the cash! Man with the cash!
Oh, he's got second
past
place on
Magic
Magic
Man.
Marks.
That was brilliant. Even before the hairpin, he just pulled out in front
Oh,
of
he
him,
ran
went
wide though,
past him
coming
and
out the
stuck back
hairpin.
in.
It's
Oh,
side by
no.
side going into Mercedes for the man with the cash and Magic Marks. It's only a real advantage here. Magic Marks gets a 3-second time penalty.
Magic Man! Whoa!
Oh, and it looks like they touched.
outside.
No damage though, but
No
I saw
damage.
that front wing wobble on that
They're still side by
Ferrari.
side. There's no way they can take this corner side by side here.
No,
Nope.
Magic
Yeah,
Marks
look.
gets ahead.
Man with the cash, he had the lift. He had to give it to the Magic Man.
That's good battling there because the Magic Man got taken.
Fantastic!
But unfortunately, that pressure from Man with the Cash has given him a 3-second time penalty. Roberts currently did one in the top 3 without a penalty at the moment.
Like I said it as well. I keep going back. I know I keep saying this, but the man with the cash, he's literally knocking at the door. All he needs is a bit of luck. He's up here
Cross
fighting
Kerry.
with the top 3 guys.
Cross Kerry got an
Like usually
amazing
this
run
is brutal.
through turn 1. That was amazing. He
Wow.
closed the gap between him and Petronas because Petronas is not really
Second
confident
turn
through
and
turn
fourth
1.
here, all lined up.
Here we go,
Yeah.
going into the straight leading to the Parabolica. The man with the cash is getting a look on Magic Marks again, and Cross Kerry's getting a look on Petronas. Down the inside, the man with the cash goes on Magic Marks into the hairpin. This time he doesn't go
Oh,
wide.
the cutback!
Oh, and looks like Magic Marks is still... No, Magic Marks is stuck behind the Ferrari. I think the man with the cash has just gotten the move done.
Yeah, he did. He went. Oh, he's got a bit wide.
Oh, and look at that, he's back
side by
again!
side nearly.
Oh, he cuts the cross!
Cutback here.
He runs off. He runs wide. But the man with the
It's all
cash
good.
stays
It's all
going.
good. Safe return.
No penalty, so he's all good because I thought he might have exceeded the track limits, but he's okay. He's
This
still
is
fine.
intense battling.
Petronas is on the back
This is
of
great.
Magic Marks. Do keep in mind, Petronas is currently penalty free. Meanwhile, the man with the cash and Magic Marks has got penalties ahead of him. This is good for both Cross Kerry and Petronas. Cross Kerry is all over the back of that McLaren.
And there's one person laughing of all this. DP Roberts. He's pulling away. Nearly 3-second gap in front.
So could the Magic Man make the move on the man with the cash, going through on the straight to the Parabolica? WR stretch, he's got a penalty, unlucky. Petronas is going to get a little look on Magic Marks. Here we go.
Is he going to throw
It's
it
going to
in?
go 3 wide.
Yeah, he's
on the hairpin.
What's he doing?
3 wide, going into the hairpin.
This is scary.
Petronas moves to second. Petronas jumped 2 cars.
Whoa, I need to record it. That was a fantastic
Oh wait,
overtake.
no, there it goes.
That's got a rival.
Touch there from Magic Marks there. He got besides that McLaren, he touched Petronas there going into Mercedes as well. Luckily, no one got any real damage there. So, good move there. Petronas got 2 cars going into the hairpin. That was mental of an over. Like, I would say that is the second best overtake of the season. Oh, Petronas has spun!
Petronas gone sideways.
He's gone behind
Held it
Cross
up.
Kerry. That work has just instantly been undone, and Petronas
Gone.
is under. Roberts has got a penalty.
Roberts. So he's only second in front then, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, he's only a second in front. So the man with the cash, he's going to try and make the move again, going down the straight to the Parabolica. Magic Marks. He's got to try and defend. Here we go. This has been a great battle. I don't think Cross Kerry's close enough to make the move though, so no 3 wide again going into the hairpin. Magic Marks just keeps swapping with the man with the cash. This is a good battle between the pair.
Here.
Man with the cash gets it done again. Petronas is battling Cross Kerry.
Petronas sticks it in there.
So the man with the cash is back in second place. Oh, we've got a beautiful helicopter shot going into Mercedes. Cross Kerry is getting a little look there on Magic Marks, but Petronas is now sniffing on the back of that car. Junior has got a 3-second time penalty. So the top 3 have penalties. A 3-second time penalty apiece.
I need to take half time. I need to sit down for a few minutes. It's not the battle for first. It's the battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth position. That is really going on. This is fantastic racing. So it is.
It's been incredible.
And now Senna's getting involved. Look at this. Senna's on the back of Petronas now.
Let's see how the runs go into turn 1. Senna went a little bit
Senna
wide
was wide
in the
in one.
runoff area, which is like John Digweed to
John
actually
Digweed then was
catch
getting
up.
involved as well.
Yeah, we
John
see him
Digweed now is in seventh.
I would like to see the Mercedes maybe have their special home livery, you know, for the 125th year in motorsport. But, you know, you can't get that in the game. Petronas is going to get a little look there from Senna. And look at that, John Digweed is going to try and make a look on the pair of them as well. But fortunately, it's too wide at the moment. Ooh. Senna is stuck around the outside on Petronas. Petronas touches him there. So a little bit of bounce off. John Digweed gets the move done. John Digweed, Senna, side by side, going into Mercedes. Can the Mercedes stay ahead?
Getting it done.
No, he can't. Side by side still remaining with him and Senna. Look at this go. Oh, and Senna touches
the bad
him.
Wheels. Oof. That was close. I thought we were going to lose the driver there. He got on the grass.
Going into the Sachs curve. Then they go. Mercedes going down the inside, side by side.
Oh, he cut the corner bad there.
He did. He might have to surrender the position. No, he goes in.
He's alright. He's pitting.
Man with the cash is pitted as well.
Pitting. Roberts is in as well. Magic Mark's in.
Cross-Kerry takes the lead.
Senna. Watch Brundle. This is the time for Brundle now. Watch Brundle.
Brundle is now going to try and see if he can stay ahead, but he's on 10 lap worn mediums. So Brundle, he has to work out what he's going to do with the strategy here. But everyone's going out on the hards. And the man with the cash is behind Magic Marks in the pits.
Wow.
Magic Marks got him in the pit stop.
Fastest finger, huh? Even with broken fingers.
That's what he's done. And I'm also getting the tyre glitch because obviously the man with the cash is not on mediums. He's on the hards. So getting a little look. The man with the cash, even with these tyres, you know, hard compound tyre. And do keep in mind, I prefer the hard compound tyre here. They actually feel much better than any other tyre here. So it's going to be some good battling. Shane is actually up ahead of the Magic Man and Man with the Cash. Look at that. The Man with the Cash is already on the back of that racing point. Roberts is catching up to Tarrant in the McLaren. So WR
Josh really likes this track, doesn't he?
Cross-Kerry is in the pits. Yeah. Magic Man and Man with the Cash is giving some good battles, but the Man with the Cash excels here. So here we go. John Digweed stays out in the lead of the race in the Mercedes, while Brundle is still behind him. Roberts now takes third. Magic Man and the Man with the Cash take their positions back.
What's Brundle going to do?
No idea.
We know John Digweed's sitting in the lead with 15-lap-old mediums. Brundle's in second with 11-lap-old mediums, and Brundle has a 6-second time down as well. Let's not forget that. How is that going to affect the outcome of the race?
Could we see team orders maybe come into play here? Because right now, Shane is actually gaining on DP Roberts there, because do keep in mind he's on the medium compound tyre. Man with the Cash and Magic Marks are gaining on Shane. Will Shane let his teammate go
side by side?
Oh yes, and the Man with the Cash is fighting him in the hairpin. I didn't even notice that. I saw they were a little bit close, but I didn't realise he was going to try and make the move there.
This is fantastic from the Man with the Cash. He's really bringing it to the Magic Man.
Here we go, going through here. Magic Marks got a little bit.
Ooh, Patronus. He's going wheel to wheel.
Oh, Charismic!
Oh, Charismic cuts the corner.
Oh, Charismic! Charismic is out. Is that a safety car?
It should be.
John Digweed has gone into the pits. I don't know what to think about that. Like, the game doesn't have a safety car. That is meant to be what happens. You know, in real F1, if you have that accident, Sergio Perez crashed there in Germany, instant safety car. I would have liked to see a safety car come out there because, you know, if it was real F1, it would have come out.
Well, I don't know, it was Charismic and I think it was Patronus who battling side by side. But next thing I see Charismic going into the wall, nearly flipping the car over in the process.
Here comes the next round in the battle in the hairpin. Although the Man with the Cash, for once, is not close enough to make the move.
That Ferrari just looks really solid, doesn't it?
Oh, Senna!
Tuck in right behind him.
In the hairpin. Senna gets ahead.
Great. Pulling ahead, so he is. Although Cross-Kerry isn't giving up. He's actually going for it, nearly.
He's trying to make the move down the inside of the Mercedes, but he can't do it. He backs off. Speaking of Mercedes, John Digweed is in 8th. So John Digweed's actually doing a really good race, and Patronus with his new teammate, Tarap. Tarap's actually made up 3 positions and is done pretty good.
Ah, Charismatic left session. That's unfortunate.
Oh, I feel for Charismix.
Yeah, Tarp's doing really good. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So we cannot rule out this battle here. The whole time, these two have captivated me, Bodder, and the stream. It's Man with the Cash and Magic Marks. Because, you know, I don't think they're going to catch DP Roberts, maybe. It depends on what happens. But so far...
But the going back and forth here is fantastic, isn't it?
No one can get ahead. So here we go. Oh, the Man with the Cash. Look at that. He's way closer than he was before. He's going to make the move on the Parabolica down the right-hand side of the racing point. And he's managed his ERS well, actually. He gets straight ahead. Into the hairpin. Man with the Cash. He stays out front. But the Man with the Magic Man is on the left-hand side of that car. But he's not quite there. Man with the Cash takes 4th place.
Yeah, it's like the Magic Man. It's like doing a disappearing act. You know, first the Man with the Cash gets in front. Magic Mark just sits right behind him. Next thing, a lap later, they switch positions again. It's great racing to watch.
It is amazing, and the best part is the Man with the Cash. If he can hold Magic Mark back, he might be able to cut down that gap between him and DP Roberts. He runs wide over the second to last corner, which means the Magic Man's going to have another attack.
Cross carries in. He must have got damaged.
Magic Mark, 6 seconds. Cross carries out.
Oh, Cross carries retiring. He's after retiring. Okay,
is that
so
terminal damage?
No, he's pulling into the pits to retire.
Oh, I think something might have happened with Cross Kerry, so he's had to... Safety car is deployed!
What? Okay, that's after completely change. Brundle's going to be the big winner of all this.
Brundle could capitalise with this.
Brundle needs to be sprinting to the pits right now. Burn everything, get to the pits, get a new set of mediums on, or whatever you have to do to finish up the race.
Could we
this
see
could be Brundle's saviour.
Take the win in Germany, but do keep in mind he has a 6-second time penalty.
He does, but this is essentially a free pit stop here. That's exactly what he needs to get back into the race.
You know what this has done? It might have actually given Shane his first ever podium in RSF1, because do keep in mind, everyone gets a free pit stop. Shane's been on those mediums for a while. Shane can put on some brand new tyres, so this has actually opened the door for Shane's possible first ever podium.
Brundle's in the pits. He had the pit. Yeah.
Here we go. Everyone's gone in.
Because Cross Carry retired in the pits.
Did Cross Carry did retire in the pits for the game? Why is it when Charismix crashes in the same spot as Sergio Perez, nothing happens? But when Cross Carry pulls into the pits, it's an instant safety car. Man with the Cash is not pitting. He's staying out.
No. He has to stay out. He's on Harris. He's made his choice.
Actually, that is also a good choice. The Man with the Cash, he does know that these hards actually have a better groove. There is no point putting on brand new tyres now when he knows he could take those to the end. He is quick, but has he made the right choice?
Well, think about this. Brundle, 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Man with the Cash, I think it's maybe 3 seconds worth of time penalties. I think, I'm not 100% sure. So even if Brundle does get ahead, all the Man with the Cash has to do is stay within that 3-second time gap. First place.
This has been I think this is one of the first times we've actually seen a safety car in F2.
Yeah, just to go through it real quick as well. Who did pit there? Brundle pitted, Roberts pitted, Shane, Senna,
John
Magic
Digweed
Man,
didn't.
Patronus, all pitted.
Tarup didn't.
Yeah. Tarup didn't, no.
He's done good. He's in P5.
It's actually kind of weird to see Magic Mark down in 9th. He's 14 laps to bring it back up.
It's not gone good for Magic Marks because, you know, at one moment, there's a bit of switching there between Patronus and Magic Marks. What's happened there?
No idea.
Well, be careful because sometimes you can get a penalty for gaining a position in the safety car. Don't want to get an unfair penalty, but, you know, we'll keep moving on forward.
Roberts has a 3-second time penalty. I think the Man with the Cash has a 3-second time penalty as well.
He definitely has
the two of them. That's the two of them cancelled out. Stretch is in. Stretch is obviously going to the mediums, I'd say. This is really, really going to be a good shootout here for the next 13 laps or 12 laps, whatever it is, when the safety car comes in.
But this has gone good for anyone who had a bit of a bad start, especially for Junior. He gets brand new tyres. And Brundle, yeah. Brundle could actually potentially take the lead if he can get a better run than the man with the cash. But do keep in mind, as I said, there's in reality, and I've tested these, there's no real difference in grip level between the mediums and hards. All that matters is one lasts longer than the other. The softs definitely have a different grip level. They're much better, but in my opinion, hards actually are better than the mediums in Germany. His tyre deck is heavy.
It's 601 half dozen of another, as Mark Brundle would usually say. But like, yes, the mediums are meant to give you that extra 6/10, 4/10, whatever it is, word of a difference. But after 5, 6, 7 laps, you don't really see that. So the hard could be the choice. Although Brundle, brand new mediums, along with Roberts behind him on brand new mediums as well. Or sorry, Roberts on brand new mediums.
Safety car is going in.
Lap.
Here we go, everyone. So we could be seeing
this is going to be
race
intense shootout.
Begin anew. So here come. Well, technically they Crofty in F1 real life. He technically classes a safety car as almost like a little mini restart because everyone gets a chance to get back close together. Junior's a 5-second penalty for a collision with Pie Eater.
There was a few in there. I saw at least 2 pop up, but we saw Junior.
The race begins again, and it looks like Pie Eater's caused a collision with Patronus. It begins again. Man with the cash is in the lead in the little minor start after the safety car. Brundle, he is looking at the man with the cash. It's a 3-second penalty again. No. Everyone got penalties. Going in.
That's him and Brundle on the same now.
Into the straight. There is no DRS because it's the safety car. We have to wait a few laps after the safety car to get another shot of DRS. So for the moment, it's only Slipstream and ERS that's giving these guys. Going right-hand side of the man with the cash into the hairpin. Can Brundle do it? Yes, he can. Brundle gets ahead of Brundle. Brundle takes the lead. That's a good overtake there from the Renault driver. Will the man with the cash be able to respond? He's going to try to.
He will, of course.
But
the driver formerly known as Josh with the Dosh is not going to give up.
John Digweed is actually catching up.
Gotta give a quick shout out as well to the Magic Man. The Magic Man, he's moving up. He's currently in 7th. He started to restart in 9th. He's up 2 spots already. We haven't even finished this lap already.
So there is no real advantage. So John Digweed has a few penalties. The car that might benefit from this all is DP Roberts because he has only 3 seconds. Brundle has 6. Man with Cash has 6. John Digweed, I don't know how many he's got. But I know for a fact.
Out as well, the Magic Man is sitting behind his teammate.
Patronus has got a 5-second penalty. Patronus has crashed!
Is Shane going to play? What?
Or retired! Something's happened with Patronus. He went into the pits. He got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I think he's retired. But Patronus is retired after a tremendous drive today.
Yeah, Shane looks like he's given that position to the Magic Man.
I think Shane knows the Magic Man
right there.
is fighting like crazy. He needs to get through those positions without fault. And Shane, being the good team player that he is, he gives those positions nicely to his teammates. So well done to Shane. That was a very respectable move there, made to think of the team.
Yeah, Shane is one of those very few drivers who thinks big picture. Big picture. What's this going to look like at the end of the day, at the end of the championship? He's given his teammate +1. Let you go by this time. Next time, though, my turn to go by.
That's what Shane's thinking. Do I want short-term glory or long-term glory? And they're thinking in the long run here, because we've still got 9 races left in the season. No, 10 actually.
Yeah.
DRS has been re-enabled. So John Digweed actually could benefit from this, as well as Senna and Roberts, because they are in the DRS range. The man with the cash has dropped off of Brundle, so the man with the cash is
pulling away.
Struggling.
So Roberts needs to get up there, challenge on John Digweed.
But here we go, down
Senna
into the straight.
Senna is onto the back of Roberts.
Leading to the Parabolica. Is Roberts going to try and make the move on John? No, he won't make the move on John Digweed. But look how much John Digweed got on. Actually, no, that's where I might be wrong. John Digweed went so wide there in the hairpin Allowed Roberts to just get ever so close. Look at this for a battle, eh? And John Digweed, he obviously, the harder compound tyres are going to struggle for the moment, but do keep in mind, as time progresses, the hards actually will start to begin to show the progress.
That is true. That is true.
So, Man with Cash has dropped to 1.9 seconds behind Brundle. Brundle is getting a good, comfortable lead, and Patronus has left the session.
That was a shame, but Patronus was, I think, top. He was in third, was he at one stage? Second?
Roberts has got 6 seconds!
Oh my god, Roberts. Does he already have a. I don't think Roberts has
He had a 3-second time penalty already.
Yes,
he's got
6 seconds now. So Roberts, Mount the Cash, and Brundle, I think, are both sitting on 6 seconds each.
What about John?
Roberts
makes the move on John Digweed.
Brilliant move. On the outside
John Digweed might go for the counter-action. No, he won't. Oh, look at Senna!
Senna gets past him too!
Oh, move for Senna! That was great. That Red Bull is definitely showing it's got pace. How many penalties has Senna got? I know he has 1.
Let's have a quick look here, because I don't know myself, actually.
So, right now, 6 seconds is affecting everyone in the top 6. I know John Digweed
6 seconds.
Oh,
Senna has 6 seconds.
Well, John's got 6, hasn't he?
John Digweed is 6 seconds.
From first to 6th is 6-second time penalties. If Shane actually can stay close, we could potentially see Shane maybe win the race.
Well, let's check Shane real quick, see how many he's sitting on. Shane has 3 seconds.
Okay, so he wouldn't win, but he'd have a good position. But right now, Brundle's already opened the gap to 3 seconds ahead of the man with the cash, so he's feeling quite safe, but not right now because anything could happen. But right now, as it stands provisionally, Senna could win down the parabolica. Roberts gets past the man with the cash. The man with the cash is trying to go for the counteraction.
Seals it off.
Senna's getting another look on another half compound runner.
He's looking, so he is. Joe Primus, this race has been absolutely outstanding. We haven't seen one dull point in this race. Literally back and forth with some of these battles. It's fantastic to watch.
Just as we felt the race calmed down, Cross Kerry retiring in the pits for some reason triggered the game to want a safety car, and that basically brought the game back because it looked like the man with the cash was almost going to certainly take it. Well, no, Roberts was actually, because Roberts was in the lead. But then all of this allowed Brundle to come back into play. So here we go, going around the last corner. Senna is in DRS range of the man with the cash. Brundle's got 3 seconds. Brundle's got 9.
That's 9 seconds. 9 seconds he has.
That could have costed Brundle the win.
I think it has. No way it hasn't. Half a second.
Well,
half a second is what separates them.
6 seconds is the gap that he used to have, like in terms of penalties, but now he'll fall back 3. So technically, Brundle's still provisionally. No, he won't. Yeah, he will. Provisionally, he still sits in the lead because that means he'll only be 1/10 ahead of Roberts.
Exactly. I know it's a bit complicated for you guys at home, maybe watching this, going, "What's going on with the penalty situation?" It's even harder for us guys to keep up with this. We're kind of playing it year by year.
Oh, Pite has got a fastest lap of the race, and because he's in P10, he might keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Junior's on brand new softs as well.
Yeah, so could Junior maybe go for fastest lap of the race? He's got 1 lap softer tyres. So let's have a little look-see now. Going into lap 28, Brundle is actually losing time to Roberts.
Roberts, he's starting to fall back some. Of course, 12 laps on the hards. Even still, though, will those hards outlast the mediums, I wonder?
Maybe.
Or is mediums tired beyond now?
Here we go, Senna. He might make the move down the inside of the man with the cash. He cannot do it so far.
No.
Oh, and they make contact!
A little tip in the back. A little tap. A little look tap.
No damage. Senna hasn't lost momentum. Because look at that. Senna is going to go round the right-hand side down the parabolica on the man with the cash. This has been so many battles on the parabolica. Senna moves to 3rd place.
Yeah. Oh, man with the cash looking to move out.
John
Oh,
Digweed
Mercedes moving
is
inside.
getting a look
John
on the man
Digweed's
with the
moving
cash.
inside. Yeah. And who is right behind
Junior.
John Digweed? The Magic Man.
Sorry. Yeah, the Magic Man. He's right behind him. Magic Man has 6 seconds as well. So it's a 6-second battle, except for Brundle up in front. Roberts might provisionally win. He's cut down the time to 2.9 tenths. 2.9 seconds, sorry.
Yeah. I think right at this moment, if the race ended right now, Roberts will be the winner.
So
But we still have 6 laps to go,
mad.
guys. This is fantastic.
Back in the podcast, Senna said he was feeling good for Germany. I think Senna's words came true. 3rd place, I think that'd be his best position finish.
Someone goes sideways. Shane was sticking his sideways, turn 1. Oh, good man, Shane.
That was a good recovery. The Magic Man, I think now he might be finding more grip on the hards, because I think Man with Cash, he's going to get a little look on Brundle. Not Brundle, Senna, going down the outside.
Senna, yeah, he's going to the outside.
Onto the hairpin. I think the man with the cash is going to do it. No, he won't. Yep, it's just can't do it. Round the outside, just couldn't stick it. But I think now the hards are starting to show a bit more grip than the mediums. The mediums are starting to fall off, because do keep in mind, the mediums are good for about maybe 10 laps, 11 laps.
I don't know. I can't comment on that. But what I can tell you is, if that's true, these guys have been battling hard. This isn't 10 laps of going nice and easy, just playing the long game. This is 9, 10 hard laps these guys have done these tyres.
It's a 3-horse battle. Because look at that, Magic Man is trying to get a look on John Digweed going into the straight. In the second to last corner. He might be able to do it in the straight. Man with the cash is 8 tenths off of Senna. Going over turn 1. And it still stands as is. Brundle in 1st place, DP Roberts in 2nd, Senna 3rd, Man with the Cash 4th, John Digweed is in 5th place, Magic Marks in 6th, Shane 7th, Mex Tarp in 8th, Stretch in 9th, Paita 10th, and Junior in 11th. And losing 4 cars in the race is Patronus, Cross Carey, Charismix, and Jake Moore.
Yeah, we've got to give a shout out to John Digweed. He's up so many positions. Usually we see John Digweed kind of like the lower half, and that's no disrespect to John Digweed at all, but we usually see him battling in the lower half of the field. He's up here in 5th place at the minute, battling with Man with the Cash, the Magic Man. Like, the Magic Man has won races in this division. This is fantastic for John Digweed to be up so high.
At one point, John Digweed took the lead in the race. Back in the safety car here. And John Digweed's going to get a little look on our Ferrari friend here, the Man with the Cash.
Imagine that, just slightly tipped John Digweed.
Is there any damage to the racing point?
No damage in the racing point.
It's very fortunate. Sometimes those little love taps can be very unforgiving, but luckily it looks like he's caught a little break. Roberts has cut down the time with Brundle to 2.5 seconds.
That's all Roberts needs to do. Just keep eating away at that time.
Oh, Tarap got his first penalty.
Yeah, I believe that is his first penalty, yeah. And he's sitting in 8th place as well, 15 lap old hard. That's a good start for Tarp, our Mexican friend.
Look how quick the Man with the Cash is compared to Senna in the straight. For some reason, back in F4, Braver Container... Oh, and Senna went a little bit deep there going into the hairpin. Back in F4, when Braver Container was a Ferrari driver, he had tremendous pace in Bahrain. I think we could be seeing maybe the Ferraris starting to show a little bit more top-end speed, because I've always seen the Ferraris just excel in the straights more than anything.
Yeah, just pure brute force fighting through the air.
Here we go.
Do you reckon now with the Cash could get back in setup?
He could do. The penalty situation is still dead even. All Man with the Cash needs to do is get past Senna to secure his first podium in F2 in RSF1. Can he do it? He might be able to, because do keep in mind now, this is the time when the mediums are going to struggle like crazy. We've got another 3 laps to go. Going into turn 1. The Man with the Cash is still quite close on Senna, but is he close enough to be in the DRS window? Don't think he is.
Just put into the chat there, Shane is on for 4th place.
On for 4th, maybe.
He's penalty situation.
How many has Shane got? 3?
I think so.
Yeah,
Even
Shane
that.
could look at 4th. The man with the cash has to make this work soon. Oh, John Digweed goes deep going into the hairpin.
That's the Magic Man past him.
And Shane as well.
It's great to see
Going
2
into
racing points getting past.
Mercedes. John Digweed and Shane. No, John Digweed backs off. So now John Digweed lost 2 positions in that one deep little move there going into the hairpin. And that
to
means
7th.
soon the battle between Man with the Cash and Magic Man might be revived. But it looks like Senna is now starting to show the struggle on the medium compound. Because look at the gap between Senna and the Man with the Cash.
Yeah, like Man with the Cash is 17 lap old hards, which you presume he's going to be struggling himself. But then you look at the medium runners with 13 laps.
No, he's got 9 seconds! Man with the Cash might have just done himself in for his possible podium.
The racing points have switched.
Shane?
The racing points have switched. Shane has took back the lead over...
No, Shane could get a
the racing
podium.
point. Yeah.
Shane is looking at the Man with the Cash. I think Marks with a 6th second. I think he's going to try and see about giving his teammate a little bit of time to shine after Shane having a very, very horrible season. You know, normally finishing either out of the points or out of the races. But Shane is in his best result so far. John Digweed, another 3-second time penalty. Senna's got 6. Man with the Cash has got 9.
I did say it earlier on. I did say it earlier on as well. You know, we saw Shane give the position to the Magic Man. We did say, okay, big picture, later on that could come back. The roles could reverse. It has. It's happened. Shane has took back the position over Magic Mark. Fair play to him.
You've got a crystal ball bottom because you literally just read the future.
Yeah, it happens. I'm good at that.
You'd be very good at palm reading. You'll just be like, you will get the undercut in Russia.
Pit now, pit now, pit now. In. Out.
What are you going to do, man? If anyone doesn't get that
is
reference,
shouting on Shane here.
Yeah. Shane is getting some real
It's the right
cheers.
track.
Man with the Cash is going to try and make the move on Senna going into the Parabolica.
Last lap. It's all
Last
here we
lap
go.
action. Man with the Cash needs to make this stick. Can he do it? Maybe. Side by side going in the hairpin. They're still side by side.
He might have it.
He might just take it. He does.
Senna's
He
tucking
gets
behind
out
him.
front. But Senna's down the
Senna's
outside into
controlling it.
Mercedes.
Oh, brilliant move by Senna. He's just ever so slightly trying to inch on the inside, but it wasn't there for him.
So let's go and look at Brundle for a second. Going through the Sachs curve. So, currently at the minute, provisionally, Brundle is going to win the race, but then we have to look at penalties. So here we go, round the second to last corner. Now down the last RSF1 Brundle. He crosses the line to take the win in Germany. So now looking at Roberts. No! Brundle keeps the win!
What?
Shane gets second!
By 1 second!
Roberts probably
Shane's
had
in
another
second.
penalty. Shane
Shane's
got
up
second place.
Shane is up 7 positions.
What a race!
The man with the cash in 5th, Senna in 4th. Magic Man in 6th.
Fastest lap of the race is still to Junior, but before Junior set the fastest lap, it belonged to Pie-Eater, so Pie-Eater will keep fastest lap of the race. But oh my god, Bodden.
I need to sit down. Oh, I need to sit down.
So I have to say, driver of the day is Shane. I have to say it. Shane started 9th,
you know,
second place.
Yeah. Yeah, but before that, for me, it was going to be the man with the cash, but when Shane moves up all those positions, obviously because of lack of penalties, the other guys having penalties, I got to give a shout out to man with the cash. He was up there.
So it's Brundle just narrowly getting away with the win there. I thought he was going to lose it to Roberts, but he keeps the win. Shane gets second and Roberts gets third. I have to say Shane definitely on driver of the day because that is his best result finish. He crashed in Q2 so he couldn't get a good position to Q3. But look at that.
That's fantastic racing. It's fantastic to watch. Like,
It's incredible.
what can I say? Like, it's just great work by Shane. He literally held in there. I know Shane, he crashed in Australia. I think he crashed in Bahrain. Maybe it crashed in Baku as well. He wasn't. Look at all those penalties, man.
Oh my God.
Nearly everyone has penalties.
Everyone had a penalty. The only one that didn't have a penalty was Jake Moore, but Jake Moore went out in the beginning of the race.
Wow.
So no one was penalty free. So here we go with the standings. Brundle first, Shane second, Roberts third, Senna fourth, Man with the Cash fifth, Magic Mark sixth, Tarup seventh, Stretch eighth, John Digweed ninth, Paita 10th with the fastest lap of the race, Junior 11th, Patronus 12th, Cross Kerry 13th, Charismix is in 14th, and Jake Moore is 15th. What an incredible race, because I cannot believe what I just saw. That was probably, hands down, Bodder, and I think you can agree with me, that has probably been the best F2 race I have seen.
Every week the bar gets raised, and this week, like the back and forth between the Man with the Cash and the Magic Man, fantastic racing. Like, but the safety car completely turned the race on its head.
Right, so I'm going to have to ask all the boys in the podium to please include their audio.
Go, mate.
Rightio. So, Bodder. So, I'll do third, you do second, I do first. Same old routine?
I'm liking it.
Rightio. So, we'll get straight on it. We won't waste time. Roberts. So, you had a very, very good start for the race. You were looking really good. You know, you had the Man with the Cash, and then you had Magic Marks actually fighting ahead as well. The Ferrari was just really, really aggressive and really keeping it going. You know, I've seen the Man with the Cash push in Britain, but today was probably one of the best results I've seen for the Man with the Cash. But you managed to get ahead of the pair of them. But I think that safety car might have maybe have costed you that win, because Brundle made a bit of a judgment to pit early. And then suddenly, safety car comes out, everyone goes in, and Brundle's out on top. But still, third place for Haas. But you're pretty happy to still get onto the podium.
Yeah, of course, mate. Always happy to get on podium. But yeah, that safety car cost me the win. Because I weren't stopping again, and Michael's had to stop again. And he were in front at the time. So, yeah, without that safety car, it would have been a Haas number one. But
here's what caught me off guard. Brundle had 9 seconds. You had 6. And at the end of the race, as Brundle crossed the line, the gap between the pair of you was 2.5 seconds. You was within the window of possibly winning the race. And then suddenly, at the end, you didn't jump up to first. You stayed second. And then suddenly, and we'll come to him in a minute, Shane just gets past you. So I know it's a little bit gutting that, you know, you didn't get to get the win like you hoped, but third place is still amazing. You got Haas some good points today, and I think it's definitely safe to say you've got to watch out for those racing points.
Yeah. Well, what happened was I were just going through the stadium section, and the curved sharp left-hander, my wheel touched the inside curb, which made me spin a little bit. So I ran wide, pulled it back on, but that's where I lost the time to Shane, and that's how I ended up outside in Michael's window. So a tiny mistake cost me, mate.
Still, that was a really good move, and I actually found that mosquito bodder, and I finally got it.
Yes!
So, mosquito dead. Roberts got a good position. You know, I'm happy either way. I got to see a good race and killed that mozzie, which was being a right pain. So, yeah, well done to Roberts. That was a really good drive. So now I'm going to pass over to Bodder.
Nice one. Thank you, Primus. Before I move on to Shane, I just want to say real quick, Roberts, I was in the party with you before we went live, and it wasn't just you. You were obviously in there with a few other drivers as well before the race actually started in the lobby. The last thing you said to me was, "I'll see you on the podium."
Yes, mate, it was.
Here you are on the podium. I was like, yeah, sure, we'll see you on the podium. Okay.
Yeah, no, I did, mate. It's I'm glad it worked out.
Good. It was a good race. All right, moving on. Shane, welcome to the podium, dude, in RSF1. Welcome. That was great race by you, dude. Qualifying, maybe not so much, but your race, it just seemed like you had the big picture, is what I would say. You were playing the long game. From what I saw, I was riding on board with you. I think Magic Mark was right behind you, and I think you pulled over to give him the position during the race, because obviously he's competing for a championship or whatever, and you gave him the position. I commented at that stage saying that Shane think a bigger picture. You might come back and Shane might be able to take the position off him again. They might swap around. I think that's what happened. Is that what happened?
Basically, within regards to qualifying, first of all, I got the stupid glitch where at the end of qualifying your car crashes.
Yes.
Which is what hit me in quali. Obviously, I had a bad run at the safety car restarts, then I got a better run than me out the final corner, and then went to turn 1, the madman. So I then had to run wide to avoid contact. And that brought Mark onto the back of me, so I thought, right, he'll be quicker than me. I'll let him go. But for the next 8 laps or so, I was running behind him in standard and lean. And I was in a party with Roberts, and I'm just saying, please, just let me go. I can get a podium. Let me go. Let me go. And eventually he did realise that I'd got the pace on him. He let me go. And I managed to just stay close enough with penalties. I wasn't expecting P2. I was very shocked when I got P2 at the end. But I was hoping for P3. I did think there was a chance of jumping Michaels. And I think if Magic Mark had let me go sooner, I possibly could have done. But either way, I'm ecstatic with P2. My first podium at RSF1. Hopefully that means the end of my bad run. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully, because I was saying as well before you joined the party, it's a great result for you tonight. But like going back to Australia, you crashed out. I think Bahrain crashed out. China, good qualifying maybe, or poor race. Baku, I think you crashed out as well. It's been a very topsy-turvy season for you in RSF1. But it seems like tonight, maybe now that we're past the halfway point in the season, you're turning things around, and this is possibly the start of your season here.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, obviously Magic Mark's been holding the constructors pretty much by himself. Hopefully I can start chipping in now with some points and we can push on.
Brilliant result for yourself, Shane. You actually had a lot of fans in the chat. I don't know if you were watching the chat or if your engineer was telling you about the chat, but you had a couple of people in there shouting for you. So fair play to you. Good
Shout out
tonight. Well done.
Shout out to them boys then. Nicely appreciated, whoever you are.
And before we move to Brundle, I think Bodder was about to actually go on to it. A unanimous decision was made.
Yeah.
Driver
Shane,
of the day,
you are our driver of the day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
Well done. Yeah, well done. Okay, so moving on past that, the mic is over to you, Primus.
Rightio. So, Brundle, a very, very interesting race indeed. You fell back at the beginning of the race. It was looking a little bit weird for you because you got penalties very quick going into the race, and me and Bodder was feeling really bad for you because you knew you was possibly going to get the odd few. You did say that you was a little bit unconfident when it comes to maybe the limits into the track, but look at you now. That safety car basically gave you the boost that you needed to jump ahead of the pack. You had a little bit of trouble with the man with the cash trying to get by him because he was defending amazingly, but those mediums just found something that those hards didn't have. So I bet you're thrilled because you was 9 seconds ahead. Well, it had a 9-second penalty, and your gap to Roberts was so close that you almost lost first place. But here you are, a bit of a bad Britain, falling back to second after that incident, the Maggots and Beckett's, and redemption in Germany. I bet you feel ecstatic.
It's kind of sinking in, but my first reaction was, I didn't deserve that. 100% didn't deserve that because, as you pointed out, I had penalties, and as soon as I got the 9-second one, I was like, because I was trying to push, because I already had 6. And I checked with Roberts to see how many he had, and I thought, I'm not going to be able to pull the gap on him. But then I could just get a podium. Then I got my 3rd, and I thought, oh goodness me, it's my usual trait. It keeps on happening. But no, don't deserve the victory because obviously Roberts made that little mistake in the last lap, and obviously what Shane pointed out as well. If he got past Mark early, he would have got me as well. So no,
you put yourself there, mate. You deserve it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You had a bad hand with those penalties, and you may not feel like you deserved it, but you drove spectacularly today. Some good points there for Renault. I think your teammate Stretch there actually got some good positions as well. We've got some good points. So, it gives Renault a good points boost into the championship. And you yourself only just recently noticed that you've now joined the championship battle. And what this win has done is pushed you up even higher in the battle.
I think I've taken the lead if my maths are correct. Although it's close.
Look at that, Bodder.
Something like that.
You said it before that we could potentially see from Brundle maybe a future champion. So, Bodder, Bodder's actually been dead on when it comes to calls in the race, because he called it when Marks let Shane go by, and he called it when you would be a real massive championship contender. So I have to say Bodder has been dead on accurate of every single judgment call he's made.
Thank you.
No, I'm still looking at it awful, because I've got 3 tracks now. It's Hungary next, Belgium, and Monza. Those are all good tracks for me pace-wise and knowledge-wise. I had to get one there quick. But then you got Singapore, which I hate. Still got Japan, which I've never done well. If I can get into Q3 in Japan, I'll call that as a win. That's how bad that track is for me. Yes, terrible. So it's still a long way to go. And of course, you've got Mark Roberts, and unfortunate that Scumburner's not going to be challenging with us, because obviously he would have been up there as well. And the whole this division is very close of who can win races. So yeah, I'll definitely take the fight anyway, but still not. That's not thinking of a championship yet.
We were kind of saying that in qualifying. Like, yes, you can say who's going to be in top 3 or top 5 at the end of an F2 race in this season so far, but you cannot pick a winner between all of you. You cannot pick a winner. We don't know who's going to win week to week.
Well, so now looking on it, before we wrap up, do you have any questions for anyone, Bodder, before we wrap up for this evening?
No, I don't have any questions to say. Well done to all our drivers. Well done with Shane, driver of the day, and welcome onto the podium, buddy. Great to see you here. Hopefully we see you more on the podium in the future. I got to give a shout out to Timmy. It's actually Timmy's birthday today. So Timmy's our F4 driver, but I want to give a shout out to Timmy.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Timmy.
Right, so that is it for round 11 of F2. For it was a tremendous race, the first and only German Grand Prix by the looks of it. It's a bit of a shame. The Hockenheimring is an amazing track. I'm hoping in future we could get it back in future seasons, but it's been a tremendous race. It's had its fair share of drama today, which has been amazing. So I've got nothing else to add, and so we will call it there. So thank you very much, and a quick recap of our top 3 in driver of the day. So DP Roberts in 3rd in the Haas, Shane in 2nd in the Racing Point, and with RSF1 Brundle in the 1st position with the Renault. And our driver of the day has gone to Shane for a stellar drive from 9th to 2nd, and also securing his first podium in RSF1. So I have been Primus Gaming, and with me, my great mate Bodder. Give him a round of applause for his amazing work. And we will see you all in the next race, an F1 on Tuesday. Stay tuned at 8 p.m.
See you then, guys. Bye.